I'm one of your parade announcers for the live stream, Doug Wormerdahl. I am a former assistant poobah from 1984, and I'm joined by...
I'm Donna Meyer Wormadal, and I was a Hobo Day Committee member from 83, 84, and 85, and served as Poobah in 1985.
3 years. You're just showing off.
That's right.
So we have the most awesome one-day event in South Dakota being live streamed over the internet to all of South Dakota, all of the upper Midwest, and frankly, all of the world. And what a spectacular postcard day we have here to do it in. And also coming off a Jackrabbit victory, where the Jacks feasted on bison burgers, and I think this week they're looking forward to penguin patties to serve it for a Hobo Day brunch after the football game.
We'd like to extend a shout out to everyone watching or tuned in on the live stream. We're broadcasting from beautiful Brookings, South Dakota, Madera Avenue near Pugsley Hall. Beautiful sunny day, 40 degrees. It's going to be a great Hobo Day.
One of the most awesome things about the parade is watching the kids pick up the candy that gets shoveled out, especially early on the parade route. So these are the smart kids being here early because these guys are going to be out of candy right away. And so we've got a bunch of little kids all ready to pick up the candy from the floats. That's awesome. Well, we've got the Pride and the rest of the parade headed our way. They've just performed their traditional mini concert in front of Woodbine and the Campanile and the new President's Home. You'll see this in some of the background shots today. We have the new President's Home coming up right across the street from Woodbine to the south, and then the Alumni Green along with an expansion of the Jerome J. Lohr. And there's a cannon. That's the Culver's Cannon officially kicking off the Hobo Day Parade. Either that or it's a very overeager pheasant hunter who might be somewhere close by. But as we were saying, we have the President's Home coming up just south of Harvey Dunn, south of the old Woodbine site, and then we have an expansion of the Jerome J. Lohr Foundation building where we're going to have the alumni offices, and I think those are scheduled to be completed here in 2017, so we should be celebrating that fresh accomplishment on our campus. We're anticipating a pretty significant increase in bands this year, too. We have up to 14 bands compared with previous years.
That's great.
So we've got some of Brookings' finest headed down Madera here on their motorcycles, lights ablaze. As I said, the Pride usually kicks off the parade with a mini concert that consists of the yellow and blue, far across the plains of Brookings, something, and here we go. Here's some sirens announcing the start of the parade as well. This year's Hobo Day Parade will be accompanied by a field show competition, so many of the 14 bands who marched through the 2-hour parade this morning will then just segue right over to the S-Jack, where they will perform their field shows.
I hear the cheerleaders starting, so it must be getting close. But nothing says the beginning of the Hobo Day Parade like the sounds of the Pride of the Dakotas.
So there's a pair of Brookings' finest on the motorcycles that start the parade. I don't know if everybody appreciates how difficult it is to keep those things upright at low speed. They're used to going a little faster. And of course, our colors. Please stand and remove your hats. Salute the flag. And now, salute the Bummobile. One of the fabulous, not the Bummobile, a look-alike. A look-alike.
It's our Parade Marshal and Hobo Spirit Award recipient, Marjorie Conahan, daughter Christy, and husband Ron.
And a Bummobile imposter.
Our Hobo Spirit Award recipient this year, the first ever, is Walt Conahan.
Okay, now I got it. This one has the word Bummobile on it, so I'm going to call this one as the Bummobile. There's Weary Will and Dirty Lil.
Happy Hobo Day!
Happy Hobo Day! Good to see you. I've got a recommendation for a good dentist there, Weary.
He's kind of looking like a clown. Did you notice that?
He did.
Sort of a scary clown driver.
Some of our SDSU cheerleaders, happy Hobo Day.
Firing up the spirit for Hobo Day. Go State!
The cheerleaders are followed by the SDSU dance team. Glittering pom-poms in blue and gold. Provide some important entertaining sideline shows during the football game.
Yay, go Jacks! She was traveling at a high rate of speed.
Yeah, I think we have a bit of a pause in the parade today. Some delay up there as we turn the corner to 6th Street. And that's okay. There was a couple of things we wanted to make sure that we shared with the crowd today. First of all, if you're planning to make it to Brookings for the Hobo Day game later on, if you come to town early, you'd have an opportunity to go to the Hobo Shop. It's a special shop in the Student Union that features Hobo Day gear, Hobo Day collectibles, and is open from at just after the parade till just before the football game starts. So about 10:30 to 2 today, you would have your opportunity to purchase some of the souvenirs from Hobo Day. So part of the nature of a large student-run parade is that sometimes the pacing varies itself a little bit while the pride plays for the crowd. And so we have a patented parade gap here just for a second while the pride catches up. But we use the time like this to maybe highlight some of the changes on campus. And of course, SDSU continues to be a very vital place, building campus. One of the changes this year, Don, is that they renamed Admin Building. The admin building for years had been obviously referred to as the admin building. And now we've got it called Morrill, M-O-R-R-I-L-L, Morrill Hall. And that's named for the SDSU's land grant heritage. Justin Morrill, who founded or passed the national legislation to establish land grant colleges throughout the country. Now you can hear the pride. That's your SDSU Pride playing Ring the Bells for South Dakota.
Morning.
The Pride's halftime show. Interesting contrast to have the piccolos marching right in front of the tubas.
Thank you, Pride. They really need no introduction, do they? They're just awesome. My favorite Pride chant for Hobo Day is "Hobo Day, get a job," and I didn't hear that this
There's our
morning.
department
Maybe it's coming later.
Department of Music leader, Dr. David Reynolds, and he's being escorted on foot by his lovely bride, Rena, in a fusion that you have a chance to win in Jack Rabbit Blue. Maybe one of the most unique things about the SDSU Pride is that it's made up of all majors across campus, and not just music majors. And many large bands like that are typically just music majors, but SDSU has the opportunity for everyone to join the Pride. Well, here's SDSU's 20th president, Dr. Barry H. Dunn, and his lovely bride, Jane, First Lady of SDSU. Happy Hobo Day, President Dunn.
Happy Hobo Day.
Go Jacks. Now, Barry has deep agricultural roots, but I don't think that vehicle he's driving there today looks like it's used on the farm too much. That's not a precision ag unit. Brigadier General retired Myrna Williamson, South Dakota State University class of 1960. Happy Hobo Day, Myrna. Part of the leadership of SDSU Army ROTC, Lieutenant Corey Norris. Colonel, rather. Get that rank right, young man.
Get that right. Here we have some units from the Brookings Fire Department coming forward.
And out come the Tootsie Rolls for the kids.
It's important stuff.
It is. Get a little sugar rush for Hobo Day. This must be almost every vehicle that they have in the Brookings Fire Department. This is an amazing array of fire vehicles. I think if I were a fireman, my favorite thing to do on Hobo Day morning would be going by those downtown apartments and hitting the siren a little harder.
You're cruel.
Wake up, college students! It's Hobo Day. Likely some of them haven't been to bed.
It's a 48-hour celebration.
Indeed.
Happy Hobo Day
It's
to the
not
Brookings Fire
the biggest
Department.
one-day event. It's the biggest two-day event. in South Dakota. Strictly a volunteer fire department, except for its chief. Brookings is well served by the volunteer fire department and the many men and women that staff it. Some of those firefighters look pretty young, though, don't they, Don?
They're in training.
In training.
That's all right. And a big thank you to all our firefighters for their service. They perform a valuable service for our community.
Now this is the big stuff, the hook and ladder units.
Do you think that would reach the top of the Campanile?
It might reach the top of the Campanile, although I don't think it's combustible.
The Campanile, you mean?
Correct.
Combustible? Okay. It looks pretty sturdy.
Now we're getting some shots of the kids enjoying their parade morning breakfast. I don't think that donut was tossed from a float, but he seems to be enjoying it anyway. Some specialized units, the brush units, for the dreaded prairie fires that are still a threat after all these years.
And an ambulance is coming forward.
And it's not a Hobo Day parade until you have a random shopping cart just coming down the route.
But they're throwing candy, so I guess that makes it all right. Oh, it's a fire department?
That's a
cart.
fire department
There
grocery
you
cart,
go.
not just a random one, I guess. It's being driven by a future jackrabbit.
It's
Now we have the
vintage
city of
truck.
Aurora's vintage Chevrolet. Oops, I'm sorry. I think it's a Studebaker. A 1949 Studebaker. 1949 is when I started my undergraduate work. Completed in 1985. Some of those classes were really hard. Nice Studebaker. Had a neighbor had grown up on the farm who had a Studebaker. The kids didn't like it. They called it a stupid baker. Aurora has their own brush unit.
Coming up next is President Peggy Gordon Miller.
President Miller migrated just a little bit west after her presidential service and has joined us in Volga as a fellow Bulgarian.
Happy Hobo Day, President Miller.
She's driven in a BMW by Carrie Bretsch, who's looking pretty styling on his own in those sunglasses. The important work of the Red Cross, recognized in this next unit. Thank you, Brookings Red Cross, for all your service.
You are welcome.
Very enthusiastic Red Cross, I might add.
Thank you for allowing us to serve you.
Thank you, Brookings
That's
Red
right.
Cross.
The American Red Cross is a humanitarian organization led by volunteers. The fundamental principle of the Red Cross movement is to provide relief to victims of disasters and help people prevent, prepare for, and respond to emergencies.
It's the Chemistry Club float. The Chemistry Club organization affiliated with the American Chemical Society is dedicated to the education and outreach and professional development of students interested in pursuing chemistry or other physical science. The SDSU Chemistry Club. These
Better
guys have a
living.
hard major. They're probably going to study right after they get off that float.
Better living through chemistry, isn't
That's
that
right. What atom is that,
Okay,
Chemistry
Grace.
Club? That's ethanol? That's an ingredient in
Ethanol.
alcohol, isn't it? Yeah, I figured as much.
And my gasoline, right?
Our
Your
SDSU
car.
deans and chief of library. This is the academic
Happy Hobo Day.
leadership of SDSU that makes those folks on the previous float study hard. It's a political year, and so we'll see a number of political floats. This one's obviously our college Democrats. Many of their candidates and the students who are part of the club.
SDSU College Democrats works to provide and maintain a grassroots network of young people that is open, inclusive, and accessible to all. The club works to increase the participation of Democrats in local issues and elections and focuses on the election of Democrats at all levels of government.
Again, another, we like to call out those parade traditions to our folks who might be joining us live stream for the first
Ramen!
time.
Yes, lunch.
And
Thank
it's
you.
it's not a hobo day parade until you have ramen noodles. That staple of college diets.
Happy Hobo Day! Thank you for coming.
So I'm a bit of a car nut, and I love to recognize cars as they come through. I don't think this one was available as a stock, but it's a stretch Pontiac limousine, and riding in it are Dignitaries SA President from Waseca, Minnesota, Allie Helms, and her Vice President, Lane Spears, SDSU Student Leadership. Got enough room in there, guys? Looks like there might be a little leg room.
You should jump in. It's like an awesome car.
Next is our SDSU American or South Dakota's unit. Let me try that again. South Dakota American Legion Commander
Legion
Sharman Dunham.
Commander.
Happy Hobo Day, Sharman. College of Agriculture and Biological Sciences Teacher of the Year, Cody Wright. Cody should be harvesting grain somewhere.
And here comes our first high school band of the parade, the Brookings Bobcat Marching Band.
Were you part of marching band in high school, Donna?
I was not.
I was in marching band. I marched with a baritone, which is like a tuba that got shrunk and left in the dryer too long.
Mm-hmm.
When we marched for homecoming, it was so cold there in Minnesota where I grew up that the mouthpiece actually stuck to my mouth. Just like that little kid in the Christmas story.
Our daughter was in marching band for about 6 years
Marching with a
with a bass
Clarinet?
drum, a
Oh, yeah, that's
clarinet,
right.
and then a bass drum. She loved it. Not.
So following the Brookings Bobcat Band, And their extra spiffy truck and trailer is the United Methodist Church. The people of the First United Methodist Church have been living a legacy at the corner of church and community and welcoming hobos since 1879 with open minds, open hearts, and open doors. First United Methodist Church of Brookings.
Next, we have the Brookings County 4-H float. Make sure your legacy includes a strong foundation of life skills learned through 4-H. Take advantage of project areas and programs that promote strong character, confidence, and personal development. 4-H is supported by volunteer leaders at both club and county level. Contact Brookings County Extension for more information on 4-H in Brookings County.
I was in 4-H from just after the moment I was born till last year, so I think I can do this. I pledge my head to clear thinking, my heart to greater loyalty, my hands to larger service, and my health to better living. 4, woo!
3, yes.
Look at that, they got it
You have
right.
the pledge.
Congratulations, 4-H. They are followed by my friend and new boss, SDSU's Vice President of Student Affairs, Michaela Willis. I said new boss, Michaela. Promise I'll be at time on Monday. Look at this, I'm going to get some candy. Oh! Oh, it's better than candy. It's Baby Bell cheese.
Awesome.
Another
Some
one came in at a high
calcium and
rate
some
of
protein
speed.
for the day. Yes. Here we have the Cub Scouts Pack 4. Pack 4 would like to take this opportunity to thank everyone for your continual support of annual Boy Scout Popcorn fundraiser and individual donations. Your generosity helps support scouting activities throughout the year, such as summer camp and our annual Pioneer Derby races. Thank you from Pack 4. They do
It's,
have the best popcorn,
Yes, they do.
especially that caramel corn.
And that
That's awesome.
Scouting for Food is today over in Volga,
Yes.
so put that perishable food out there for the Scouts to gather. Certainly want to recognize our prisoners of war. As the float informs us, more than 91,000 heroes throughout the country's conflicts, helping to preserve our freedom. Senator Thune, as he typically does, sprinting through the parade route, showing off some fitness.
There is a car available for him, but I think he prefers to walk. Good morning.
Happy Hobo Day, Senator
Happy Hobo
Thune.
Day.
Nice 71 Cutlass, driven by Erica Pope, smiling and trying not to look at the camera.
Next float is from the SDSU International Association, home to over 900 international students from 82 countries, sending hundreds of students and faculty abroad every year and enhancing students' critical thinking skills in the ESL classroom. SDSU International Affairs, Study Abroad, and the English Language and Culture Institute, living the legacy at home and abroad.
More than 600 international students, part of SDSU's campus, enriching everyone's education.
Happy Hobo Day! 900.
More than 900.
Wow.
Thank you, Greg Weimer. Also part of the international scene, the African Students Association. Happy Hobo Day to the ASA. Providing a little percussion this morning. Certainly one of the legacies of SDSU is turning out distinguished alumni. Distinguished Alumni Chief Justice David Gilbertson
Happy Hobo Day. Thank you for coming.
Interim Provost Hedge with a very nice wave of the hand. Thank you, Dennis. Top academic position on campus, Dr. Dennis Hedge.
You think he's been practicing that wave all week?
I think so. I think so. So on our campus on
Gotta get
Hobo
it
Day, a
right.
green V used to be the way to recognize freshmen. We've got some folks representing Amendment V here.
Good morning. I hear a band, but I don't see a band yet.
Got a bit of asphalt between us and the next band. So part of having a vital campus is continuing building projects on campus. Just want to say a word about the Avera Health and Science Center. It houses the College of Pharmacy, Chemistry and Biochemistry departments, and provides lab space for all these departments as well. The new building was finished in the fall of 2010, totaled nearly $50 million. A large portion of this funding for this building was given by Avera Health, one of the leading medical providers in the upper Midwest. If we have anybody out there in live stream land and you're thinking about pharmacy, the pharmacy program provides a 6-year pharmacy degree. In your first 2 years, you're a pre-pharm, and then you take the professional pharmacy test, which allows you to have admissions into the full pharmacy program. Pharmacy typically had one of the best floats in Hobo Day history, usually a lot of effort into the pharmacy float.
And here comes our next high school marching band, the Coleman Egan Marching Hawks.
Or as the CE Hawks, as they're known athletically.
What a great morning for the marching bands. They won't be freezing as they're walking,
Right.
marching in the parade this morning. There have been some pretty chilly Hobo Day parade mornings in the past.
The backbone of South Dakota truly is the number of small school districts and how students can be involved in so many activities. Your marching band members are probably also involved in athletics and student clubs, student council, and the arts. And one of the amazing things about SDSU is those same opportunities exist even as they come to college. So we're so happy that the CE Hawks and the other 14 bands have joined us today. As typical, the percussion session wearing sunglasses because they know they're cooler than the rest of the band.
Here we have the Delta Chi and Ceres float. Delta Chi started on campus 15 years ago. Through world travel, leadership, and personal development, many great experiences are had. Ceres is celebrating their 25th anniversary on campus. The women of Ceres impact the community through leadership, fellowship, and scholarship. Both chapters look forward to continuing SDSU's legacy. Good morning. Happy Hobo Day.
Happy Hobo Day, Delta Chi and Series.
Siri. Sorry.
S4 is the Camelot Intermediate School 5th grade orchestra. Yeehaw! It's string-picking, bow-flicking, marching fiddle orchestra. These 100 musicians are living a legacy of musical excellence at Camelot Intermediate School right here in Brookings.
And
Now
listen to
clap
that
your hands
cowbell.
and stop your feet to the 5th grade band's Hobo Day beat. Our College of Engineering Teacher of the Year, Ken Bertolini. Here's a man who has his name on a very important structure on campus, Dana and LaDawn Dykehouse, generous benefactors of the Dykehouse Athletic Complex.
Happy Hobo Day.
Now, the farmers in the live stream audience will recognize some of these next entries. Fantastic float participants, sponsored by our friends at Bankstar. Ag Systems
Ag
Technology
Systems
with the
Technology.
Precision Ag vehicles. First runner-up, in fact, from our Ag and Biosystems Engineering folks. There's Dirty Lil on one side. I'm betting it's Weird Will on the other side. Our Vice Chairman for Public Utilities, Christy Fegan. So next entry is pretty interesting. It looks like it might be the two presidential candidates of the lead parties, Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. Or at least, oh, yep, they are going to fight, it looks like.
They're in the ring, so keep it contained.
Happy Hobo Day, Donald and Hillary.
Okay.
Two more distinguished alums, President Emeritus, Provost Emeritus, David Shequin, and Lori Nichols.
Happy Hobo Day. Thank you for coming, and distinguished alumni.
That's Happy Hobo Day, it's good. Happy Hobo Day.
And another high school marching band coming next. I believe this is Harrisburg.
Looked like Harrisburg
Is that
colors
right?
to me. Marching to a Lady Gaga tune.
Little Lady Gaga to get your morning going.
Miss South Dakota, riding in a Jackrabbit Blue LeBaron convertible, Julia Olson, along with one of her minions.
Our next entry is the Madison Avenue Dance Studio. Madison Avenue Dance Studio is starting our second year of business here in Brookings. We offer ballet, tap, hip-hop classes for ages 3 and up.
I was going to take that ballet class, but it turns out they didn't have a tutu big enough for my 4'4" size body.
You should keep trying, really.
Oh, thank you.
Sure. I'm sure they'll take you. See, she says dance with us. She has a sign for you.
Our College of Education and Human Sciences Teacher of the Year is Dr. Amber Lecter, and she's driven in Lee Croteville's toy.
Happy Hobo Day.
Those,
Go, Jack.
it's kind of a USD colored vehicle there, though, Lee. Doesn't that thing come in blue?
Looks like some members of Wildfire Cheer are coming up next.
We've got a mobile pyramid there. I hope we're getting a shot of that on the live stream.
Look at that.
A mobile pyramid. And there's one of those young gals marching backwards, too. Oh, and they caught her, which is always good.
Woohoo! that a dig? Okay.
Next in our parade is a dignitary, one of our elected officials, U.S. Representative Kristi Noem, who is also, like her fellow congressional delegate member, John Thune,
Hello.
out walking the parade route this Saturday morning. Kristi is joined by a float that's rocking out big time.
It's the SDSU student media. For the past 131 years, student media has created a legacy of communicating events, entertainment issues affecting SDSU, and through the Brookings community. I want to party with those guys.
They actually have albums up there.
No way.
Actual
That's
33
albums,
and a third.
CDs. They have it all. Do they have 8 tracks and cassettes too? A little console stereo.
Something. Our next entry is the National Little Britches Rodeo Association of Eastern South Dakota. 20 Eastern South Dakota cowboys and cowgirls competed at the 2016 National Little Britches Rodeo Association Finals in Guthrie, Oklahoma at the Lazy E Arena. 2 Brookings County competitors earned national finals and world championship titles. They are Jackson Bowes, Brookings, in junior boy flag racing, and Junior D's Aurora for senior boys all-around team roping and Dally ribbon roping. Congrats to all of our qualifiers. This is where the legends begin. National Little Britches Rodeo.
Happy Oboe Day. Thank you for coming.
I was going to compete in that too, but they said I needed big britches.
Big britches?
Big britches, yep, for a guy like me.
I believe it. I do believe it. Oh.
Our disabled American veterans are joining us here today as well. The DAV provides free transportation to vets for their medical assistance and as a thanks for their service. Well, it's our History Club coming to us next. There are more than 200 student organizations on the SDSU campus that students can belong to as a way to connect to the institution outside of their academic disciplines. I see one of our combatants carrying the history sign is Dr. William Prigge, who leads the department. Carrying some very threatening-looking. Oh, here we go.
Uh-oh.
Little conflict on the parade route.
I see why they're carrying shields now. The next float is from Phi Alpha Theta. With a pumpkin chuck. They challenge any organization on campus to pumpkin chuck.
Here's the George S. Mickelson Middle School Marching Band. We've already seen the senior high, so this is the middle school variety. Bobcat-ettes, I guess. Another Hobo Day tradition is a hobo mobile home, or here's a converted pickup that kind of harks back to those days.
This is close.
It's our top Greek entry in Fantastic Floats.
This is from AGR.
Alpha Gamma Rose. Hobo mobile home. Looks like he's fishing. He's got something. The Dakota Horizon Girl Scouts, the legacy of the Girl Scouts has endured over 104 years, which incidentally is the same age as the Hobo Day Parade. Help us welcome the Girl Scouts as they continue the legacy. Our dual area junior snow queen, Brittany Green. Followed by Kendra Cesarino, who designed our Hobo Day pins. Living the legacy. Thank you, Kendra.
Here we have the Brookings Rangers. With the Brookings Skating Association. The Brookings Skating Association helps kids from preschool through high school learn how to play hockey. We welcome all students in the surrounding area to check out the coolest game on ice.
And some gymnastics in there. Gold medal gymnasts. I haven't seen many people do that on ice skates, so that must be the gymnasts. Look at those young ladies doing handstands. I have trouble walking and answering my cell phone at the same time.
Gold Medal Gymnastics and Cheer offers complete recreational gymnastics program for boys and girls from ages 3 and up. The programs are designed to offer the individual an opportunity to become whatever he or she wishes to be in the sport of gymnastics and cheerleading in a positive, safe, and friendly environment. Looks like our Brookings County Commissioners.
Yes, Brookings County Commissioners. Thrilled to have you guys
Happy
today.
Hobo
Happy
Day.
Hobo Day.
Stephanie Miller, Leanne Pierce, Tom Weisseth, and
Tom
Larry
Weisseth.
Jensen.
Happy
Good
Hobo Day.
morning. Happy Hobo Day.
Continuing the legacy is our Nursing Students Association. We've got kind of a vintage nursing costume on one side of that sign, and a modern scrubs on the other.
SDSU SNA is ringing the bells for SDSU's legacy and the legacy of the nursing profession. Ring the bells for South Dakota with us and our giant cowbell.
That, ladies and gentlemen,
Nice
was the best
float.
overall
Best-
float. Congratulations,
best overall
nursing
winner.
students.
Awesome.
So another dignitary in today's parade. Miss South Dakota State Fair, Carly Goodhart. So we wait for the next entry to make its way down here. One of the oldest buildings on campus, we've talked a little bit about the newest buildings on campus, but the oldest building on campus still in use is Old Horticulture, right behind Morrill Hall or Admin. This building was constructed in 1901, so before the first Hobo Day, for botany and horticulture, and since 1983 it has housed the Agricultural Communications Center, which is responsible for getting the results of research and extension work on campus to farmers and consumers throughout the upper Midwest and the nation. It also houses the Office of Information Technology for campus.
Our next float is from the Volga Christian School. Volga Christian School was founded in 1949 by a group of Christian Reformed families. They wanted to make sure their children were taught religious beliefs along with core subjects every day during the school year. That legacy has continued through the generations. For more information regarding the non-denominational Volga Christian School, visit www.volgachristianschool.org or the school at 223 East 6th Street in Volga.
Driven by mostly safe driver Dean Vanderwall.
Happy Habo Day! Thanks for coming.
Here's one of our SDSU distinguished alum, Dr. Delvin DeBoer. Driven in a car he bought when it was new. Nah, he's not that old. He bought it used. So this next entry, we share DNA with. It's a vehicle driven by our son, so hopefully he doesn't veer into the crowd or anything.
Or peel out in front of us on purpose.
This is another one of our dignitaries, Dr. Dan Kemp, driven by someone's irresponsible offspring, our Honors College Teacher of the Year, Dr. Dan Kemp.
Happy Hobo Day. Thanks for coming. Looking good this morning, Drew. A little bit of a gap here, but we do have a band coming along the way.
We've talked about some of our new buildings on campus and some of our old buildings. We've also renamed a few buildings. For a while, Harold Bailey, our former provost, had actually two buildings for him named for him on campus. Bailey Hall, which is, or Bailey Apartments, which were renamed to Meadows North and South, so we could rename the Rotunda, Bailey Rotunda, recognizing Dr. Bailey's incredible contributions to the academic health of the institution for many years. And now we have the Sioux Valley Marching Cossacks, coming to us from 8 miles west in Volga, South Dakota, consolidated with Bruce and Sinai.
It's great to see them in the parade. Volga is our current hometown.
Statewide football playoff pairings were just recently announced, and Volga will be, or Sioux Valley rather, will be in the playoffs, playing Flandreau next Tuesday. Looks like we had somebody try to join the band there. It's a little young to march.
drum major.
Drum Major Stephen Rydell marching backwards the entire parade route. It's a major accomplishment.
Go Cossacks! Happy Hobo Day! Thanks for coming.
Now we have the College of Pharmacy float, proudly announcing a new name to SDSU, the College of Pharmacy and Allied Health Professions. This float was put together by APHA, ASP, the Medical Lab Science Program, and other pharmacy organizations. It represents how health professions have come together and evolved over the years. The College of Pharmacy and Allied Health Professions. And I'm pretty sure that's candy they're throwing out, not prescription meds.
Our next entry is Dr. Peterson. Included in this group are son, father, and grandfather. 3 generations of military vehicles. We are keeping the legacy alive.
That particular 1944 Dodge spent some time on the ocean as it made its way back to Brookings, South Dakota from the Philippines after having been in World War II. South Dakota Representative Leslie Heineman. Welcome, Representative Heineman. Happy Hobo Day.
It looks like we have another float coming up. I believe is it Brookings to Broadway Dance Company.
Looks like SDSU Theater in the next float.
Alpha Psi Omega.
Alpha Psi Omega. Looks again like Hillary and Donald have made another appearance. It's a particularly rhythmic Hillary. Showing off their acting, makeup, and theatrical skills. SDSU Theater. With the obligatory announcer selfie.
Alpha Psi Omega, the legacy continues with the 72nd Annual Capers. The Saturday Night Live style sketch comedy is produced by APO cast members, and all South Dakota State University students are encouraged to audition on December 7th at the Performing Arts Center. Like us on Facebook for more information. Go APO!
Shake
Happy
what your
Hobo
mama
Day.
gave you, Britt. Caleb Woodring, a recent lead actor in Next Fall, having
Yes.
gone through a growth spurt immediately following the performance.
And make sure to get your tickets for the next production of Christmas Carol the Musical in December.
Hunter Wedvie, our Miss South Dakota teen. Hunter, welcome to the parade.
This float is from the Ecology Club, Range Club, and Wildlife Club. Hello from the National Resource Department's Ecology, Wildlife, and Range Clubs.
So we had a dignitary exit her vehicle there to shake some hands.
That's okay. We're a friendly bunch here on Hobo Day.
Indeed. Shake some hands, kiss some babies. This is Dr. Karen Billers, Huskenveld. Husinkveld. I'm sorry, Karen, if we butchered that.
Distinguished alumni. And our next and our next marching band is the Arlington High School Marching Band. The Cardinals from Arlington, South Dakota.
Looking good, Arlington. I believe they're all wearing their high school GPA on their shirts. They're all A students. Thrilled with the academic rigor at Arlington.
Our next entry is Senator Larry Tiedemann.
Senator Tiedemann is not riding the most fuel-efficient vehicle. If you look at the size of those tires, pretty sure it takes a gallon of gas just to make those tires rotate once. It's a nice truck. Happy Hobo Day, Larry.
And following Larry, we have the Boys and Girls Club. The Boys and Girls Club of Brookings inspires and enables all young people, especially those who need us most, to realize their potential as productive, responsible, and caring citizens. Our club offers a preschool program, 1st through 5th club, a teen center with numerous activities and opportunities for youth to be great.
Hi, Mickey. Hi, Minnie.
It's Minnie.
Happy Hobo Day. Sorry, that's the best I got for a Disney impression. I can do Kermit, though.
Hi, Mickey. How are you today? Welcome to Hobo Day.
Our next entry is the Midwest Maidens Roller Derby. The Midwest Maidens is an inspiring nonprofit roller derby team who gives back to the community. They donate proceeds of their games to local organizations such as the Boys and Girls Club and Volunteer Service Bank. Happy Hobo Day, maidens. Hey, good morning.
Our next float is from the Catholic Jacks in full monk regalia for the day. They've got some signs for you. Ring the bells for, hey, listen to that, or look at that. Driven by Father Andrew. I don't know if you could hear the impromptu male chorus immediately behind me. They did a nice job, except on the high notes.
Our next float is from
Is
Hero.
the Hero Safe Ride Home. Has been dedicated to offering students, community members, and visitors a safe transportation alternative for 10 plus years. Safe Ride transported 20,068 riders in the 2015-16 school year and will continue to serve the Brookings area to keep impaired drivers off the road. Thank you to our sponsors and the riders for supporting Safe Ride.
Our next float is from the Agronomy and Conservation Club. The Agronomy and Conservation Club has been a staple at SDSU for many years. Their float demonstrates that while the equipment in agriculture has changed, the character of the people have remained the cornerstone of the industry.
You gotta love those mini mows too.
Look at that, Moline.
That is awesome. That's worth the getting up in the morning on a Saturday just to see a Minneapolis Moline in the parade. Our next float is from the American Society of American Engineers. The float for the Mechanical Engineering Department is a collaboration between the American Society of Mechanical Engineers, the Human Powered Vehicle Competition, and the Society for Women Engineers. Thank you, engineers, for participating in today's parade. Some interesting bicycle configurations there. Pretty sure that was a lab assignment once. And now the marching Menno Wolves. A little dance routine from the band members as well. Playing about Jesse's Girl.
Jesse's Girl, that's it. Somewhere in this country, Rick Springfield is standing at attention. Now we have the El Riad Shrine Clowns.
They've got their own little hobo mobile homes and a couple of Buicks. And picking banjo pretty hard somewhere on that float. We got a deluxe wood bumper, a partial buffalo skull, loudspeakers strapped to that bumper, and a special smoke-producing exhaust system from the Mitchell Corn Palace Hillbillies.
Can't have a Hobo Day parade without a little smoke.
I used to think being behind the horseshoes was the toughest place in the parade, but I'm going to say these guys that are following it up in an Electra 225 Buick are in a tough spot too. Four very fun vehicles from the El Riad Corn Palace Shriners. And a horn that sounds like a locomotive. That's awesome. What could be more Hobo Day appropriate than a train? Oh, we do have some El Riad Hillbillies from Sioux Falls as well. Smells like Pennzoil right here, right now. Let's hear some music, Hillbilly. Living the Legacy, SDSU's own Farmhouse chapter. Happy Hobo Day, Farmhouse men. They have a brand new house. Our College of Nursing Teacher of the Year, Vanita Witterbor. Followed by Miss Brookings, Carrie Francom. Carrie is escorted by an unidentified Secret Service agent just to make sure security works out good. Claims to be her husband, showed me a ring. We don't know if it's really hers.
The next entry is from Oasis. Oasis is a community of college students and young adults that has weekly worship services on Sunday nights at 8 p.m. at Grace Point Wesleyan Church. Check them out on Facebook at Oasis College Ministry.
Dancing Reptiles. Epic Hobo Day Beard, Oasis. This, our advisor of the year, Mary Christensen, followed by Bailey Rathburn, our 2016 Jackrabbit Stampede ambassador. Somewhere in that Cobra, there's Bailey. There she is. She's the one with the cowboy hat. The Sioux Falls Nursing Association, sporting their living legacy.
Here we have the SDSU Pokemon Club. Founded just last year, this club loves to just relax and have fun while also welcoming friendly competition in their drive to be the very best like no one ever was. Go catch 'em all.
Little International, represented in the next float, is a 2-day agricultural exposition planned, organized, and implemented by SDSU students. Little I is the largest student-ran organization in the nation. The 94th Little I will be held March 31st and April 1st, 2017. Aboard the float is the 94th Little I manager, Dalen Zeidema, and 94th assistant manager, Kendra Schaefer.
And they were followed by the Brookings FFA. The National FFA organization is the largest intercurricular youth organization in America. The Brookings FFA chapter is committed to the individual students, providing a pathway to achievement by developing a student's potential for premier leadership, personal growth, and career success through agricultural education.
Say it with me, FFAers.
Blue
Learning to
Jackets.
do, doing to learn, earning to live, living to... Okay, they got the last word right.
Yes.
South Dakota Representative John Wick. Now he's up there. He's ready to wave. Way to go, John.
Good morning,
Hey,
happy
Mike.
Hobo Day.
The driver of that particular float is married to the first ever female poobah, Mike Holzhauser.
And they're followed by the Miller Rustler High School Marching Band.
The Rustlers are followed by another one of our parade dignitaries. This is Miss SDSU, Isabella Garcia. Congratulations, Isabella.
Happy
Hobo
Hobo
Day. Go ahead and spill a little bit of that coffee on your driver there, Isabella. He looks cold. Step show demonstration.
Here comes a very festive looking float. This is the Black Student Alliance. South Dakota State University's Black Student Alliance is an organization where multicultural students promote expression and equality. BSA is a place where every student can come and learn about African American history and culture that encourages everyone to join and experience African American culture.
Brookings Taekwondo. Mark and Kelly are the current owners of Brookings Taekwondo. Both Mark and Kelly graduated from SDSU and they've always been Jackrabbit supporters. Brookings Taekwondo offers family-friendly classes for students of all ages and abilities. Focusing on basic self-defense and awareness, please visit Brookings Taekwondo Facebook pages. And Mark was once one of our SDSU finest officers, and Kelly worked at UPD as well. Mark and Kelly Anowski, Brookings Taekwondo.
Rocking out to some Archies.
Brookings Taekwondo is followed by one of our dignitaries. That was Mr. Myron Van Buskirk, one of our Distinguished Alumni Award winners. Congratulations, Myron.
Happy Hobo Day, followed by a float.
It's the SDSU Rodeo Club,
Woohoo!
complete with mechanical bull.
The SDSU Rodeo Club was founded in 1952 to provide cowboys and cowgirls with an opportunity to be involved in rodeo while being on campus. The club also consists with a team of 44 cowboys and cowgirls that travel to 10 region rodeos a year and the college national finals.
Jack is on the parade route. He just passed through our camera range here just a second ago. Take a look at this rodeo club. They're even roping the roping dummy that's trailing the trailer.
Here we have the State-a-thon and SAE float. State-a-thon is SDSU's dance marathon for Children's Miracle Network. Joining them are the men of SAE. The two intend to raise $120,000 this year to support the Sanford Castle of Care in Sioux Falls in support of local children and families such as these.
SDSU's School of Design with many of their projects in tow, some of them wearable, some of them portable. Looks like some red Solo Cup designs.
How about duct tape? See any duct tape?
I don't see any duct tape, but I do see some paper plates out
Cups, plates. Lots of creativity out there.
there. Spectacular work, School of Design. Alpha Zeta Delta and Pike. Alpha Zeta Delta and Pike's fraternity entry consists of the men and women who created their float to commemorate the first hobos by riding in on a train and feature future founders as a reminder of their own legacies. SDSU, Alpha Zeta Delta, and Pike. Alpha Zeta Delta, full of spirit for the school, and Pike as well. Almost couldn't sound that difficult word out, could
Full
I?
of what?
Spirit. School spirit.
Oh, thank you.
Our EE and CS department, this is the Electrical Engineering and Computer Science Department float containing 3 student organizations. The Associations for Computer Machinery, Advancing Computing as a Science and Profession, the Institutes for Electrical and Electronic Engineering, and the Global Voice for the Engineering, Computing, and Technology Information. The Robotics Club, which designs and builds automated solutions. Some of that candy looked like it was headed right for my head.
Here we have the Brookings Crime Stoppers. Crime Stoppers is a partnership with local law enforcement where citizens can anonymously call, text, or submit a tip online to police. If the tip leads to an arrest, tipsters can receive a cash reward of up to $1,000. Follow Brookings Area Crime Stalkers on Facebook for updates.
Oh yeah, then it's the Sons of Norway, you betcha. Good to see you Norskis out here today. I'm very glad to celebrate my heritage as well. You do a wonderful work there, you betcha. Ufta, nice to see you, Ole and Lena.
He's looking for some lefse and some lutefisk.
I left it outside to get a little bit riper there. Our College of Pharmacy Teacher of the Year, Tad Helwig. In the vehicle he drives to work every day. All the way from Nebraska, it's the Windside High School Band, the Marching Wildcats. In very Nebraska colors, I might add.
Yes, very red.
That might be the farthest any bands come today.
Possibly.
I'm not sure where Windside is.
I think you may be correct, sir.
Thanks for coming, Woodside. Welcome to Hobo Day.
Our next float is from the Collegiate FFA and Ag Ed Club. The Collegiate FFA and Ag Ed Club encourages students at SDSU to continue their affiliation within the FFA organization and keep pursuing their passion for agriculture.
Belonged to FFA as a college student and as a high school student, and my dad always said that FFA stood for Father Farms Alone, because I went to so many FFA meetings. Formula SAE. Formula SAE is the world's largest collegiate design competition in which cars are designed and built solely by students. Well, coming up next is something that makes so much school spirit possible, and that's South Dakota State University's student athletes, representing the many varsity teams. And this. Now, I'm guessing the girls on our side here are not part of the football team, but I'm sure they support them as well. Thank you, student athletes. I'm guessing the taller gentlemen in the back are part of our wrestling team. Although they all appear to wrestle at the same weight.
SDSU Habitat for Humanity. Habitat for Humanity brings people together to build homes, communities, and hope. The SDSU campus chapter supports that mission through education, advocacy, fundraising, and volunteering. To learn more and get involved, come to our meetings on the first Monday of the month at 7:30 in Rotunda A.
Number of Republicans represented here. So I'm guessing college Republicans. Clever man. There we go, the truck with the college Republican signs at the back. So awesome. We're glad you're here, Republicans. Happy to have both
Happy
the
Holiday.
Republicans,
Thanks for coming.
their candidates, the Democrats and their candidates in the parade today.
It's a busy season.
I got another live band here on a trailer. It's been a great day for music at the Holiday Parade.
Chi Alpha Christian Fellowship. The Chi Alpha Campus Ministries, Real Walk, Real Purpose, Real Friends. We meet on Tuesdays at 7 in Wagner Hall, room 169.
Chi Alpha, recognizing Alpha and Omega.
Look at all that pink.
That is a lot of pink. Okay, it looks like we're ready to roll a little bit here. Brookings Pink Ladies is a local professional dart league for women. Their mission is to provide financial assistance to cancer patients and their families while inspiring hope to help those affected by cancer. The money raised by the Pink Ladies is donated directly back to the community. And although the Pink Ladies started in support of breast cancer, we accept nominations for all types of cancer support. No man, woman, or children will fight alone with the Brookings Pink Lady Dart League.
Next, we have the Air Force ROTC, the Air Force ROTC Flying Jacks. Thank you for supporting our troops.
Our Military Air Force ROTC is followed by the SDSU Construction Management Club. The Construction Management Club wants you to know if you don't find us handsome, at least you'll find us handy.
Handy is good.
I'm going to have to settle for handsome. It's a subjective thing.
And it looks like we have the bum band.
I hope the dancing trumpeter realizes that it's like a 3-mile parade route. If you didn't recognize some of those instruments, it was
Thank you,
the
Bum
lovely
Band.
laundry basket played by the toilet plunger, a kazoo, and other homemade instruments from the Bum Band.
And we need more cowbell.
SDSU Collegiate Farm Bureau coming in a Conestoga wagon. Celebrating Hobo Day, living the legacy.
This is the Jacks for Life float. Jacks for Life is a pro-life student organization on the campus of SDSU that actively seeks to support expecting women and couples on campus, along with providing information and education on many life issues.
Representative Munsterman, Mr. Holly, part of our state congressional group, out there walking just like Senator Thune and Representative Nome. Thank you for your service, Representatives Holly and Munsterman.
Is that the Spathmobile?
Deathmobile, I'm pretty sure.
Deathmobile?
Sigma Phi Delta. We have Sigma Phi Delta professional fraternity that centers its group and standings around engineering, along with turning boys into gentlemen.
And it's Miss Homely coming.
In a bit of traditional Hobo Week gender bending, we have Mr. Homely coming and Miss Homely coming. Miss Homely coming in particular looks like she could use some hormone work.
Miss Homely coming, Caleb Dirksen.
But I do appreciate him joining the 1 month club.
And Mr. Homecoming, Manda Meeker.
Or her. I meant her. It's a very nice bouffant on Caleb.
Nice hairstyle, Caleb, yes. Very nice.
University College's Teacher of the Year, Terry Johnson. Happy Hobo Day, Terry. You just heard the Warner High Marching Monarchs. Part of the more than 14 bands joining us today. So monarchs like the king and the lion, not like monarchs like the butterfly. Got it now.
And they're very
Thank you, Warner.
sparkly. Very nice.
Lots of bling in that Warner Marching Monarchs band. Very good.
Coming up next is the Nepalese Student Association float. The Nepalese Student Association is a student-run organization committed to flourish its sphere by providing a platform for interaction and engage in active participation in Nepalese community and Brookings community.
Brookings City Council represented by Ope Niemeyer, Patty Bacon, Nick Wendell, City Councilman. Also, Nick is a former poobah.
Yay! Woo!
Oh,
Shout
Dan
out to
Hansen
Blue
over there,
Eyes.
as well as Deputy Mayor Keith Corbett.
Thank you. Happy Hobo Day.
Mary Kidweiler as well, making sure the Brookings Auto Mall vehicles stay safe. Councilwoman Patty Bacon. Now the horses. That's awesome. Love to see the horses in the parade. Our Perkins County Junior Queen. The SDSU Horse Club. And their mini Conestoga. McCrossan Boys Ranch and their team. Spectacular halters on that McCrossan Boys Ranch team. Fully decorated in the equine bling. So one of the finest traditions of the Hobo Day Parade is that it is entirely student run. So while they're going to classes, probably trying to keep a job to pay for college, they're also busy organizing this parade. Ladies and gentlemen, your Hobo Day Committee.
2016. Woo!
Happy Hobo Day Committee. Happy Hobo Day Poobah.
Great job, committee.
Brand new this year is the trailer vehicle for the Bummobile with a new wrap. We really appreciate how that dresses that whole operation up. Well, thank you. You've done it again, ladies and gentlemen. You celebrated Hobo Day with an excellent parade. Now let's go beat the Penguins. And we'll see you again next year for Hobo Day 2017.
Which will be the 105th Hobo Day celebration.